Welcome back everyone to Weekend with a Heart by Singapore Pools TeleMatch MLBB by Comeback. I'm Claire.
And I'm Cake, and we are so excited to see this semi-finals. After a long day of group stages, we are finally down to the last 4 teams.
Remind me again which 2 teams that we're going to be having against each other today. And
Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna be Eros. Wait, hold up.
it's Erojin Syndicate versus Mehhhh.
Oh yeah, Erojin Syndicate versus Mehhhh. So apparently they weren't so meh to the point that they couldn't make it to the semis, but they're here. So right now we're gonna be looking at a Fanny and a Guinevere band along with a Juicing and a... What's gonna come out?
Waiting for it.
Are we gonna see, okay, a Freya band? So I guess pretty standard comp bands, yeah.
Finally seeing that respect on the Juicing, getting her banned for the first time in all the games that we have seen today, as well as the Guinevere getting banned as well for the first time. Her Violet Requiem just does so much in team fights, and well, even though she hasn't been played today, which is a little bit of a shame that I would like to see. Oh, on stream, yes, not played on stream today. She's finally been getting banned.
Yeah. So let's see what's going to be the first band coming out from Erojin Syndicate. So we'll probably maybe be looking at a Sora.
Sora again.
Okay, no, we're going in for the Ruby, a really versatile pick, either in the roam or the EXP role, and now we have Sora.
I'm not surprised. Sora coming out again for the 5th time or 4th time today actually, because
1, 2, 3.
we don't count the fun games.
For the 4th time, yeah.
Sora coming out for the 4th time today,
along with the Harley.
Harley, another pick that's constantly been coming out, and
it's basically a deja vu of game 1. Having the Harley
the
and the
Ruby
Sora,
as well.
yeah.
All these picks have been constantly coming out throughout this entire tournament, despite Ruby not technically being considered in the meta. She's still coming out as a very strong pick in majority of our games.
Yeah, I guess like she kind of falls in the category where you won't really rush to pick her, but in a pinch, if she's required, like she's a good way to fill in the gaps, and really to just like maybe give you an extra layer that you really want to work with. And we're gonna have a high loss along with Yves being kicked out. We apologize for the screen. Sorry, no Yves. Yes, Lunox.
Ooh, I think Carry as well come against the high loss, a direct counter to that tankiness that he possesses. I do remember during another community tournament where Aspect was roasting the hell out of the high loss for picking into a carry, because that base damage percentage that she does to your max HP is just disgusting, especially in that late game. So I'm excited to see how well the high loss will be able to hold against the carry. But we do know that carry's weakness does come from her inability to do anything when being CC'd. So the Ruby might come in as a helpful stance for the high loss, but if she's unable to catch the carry in time with her I'm Offended or her second skill, it's gonna be a really big challenge that the Erojin Syndicate will have to learn to overcome as the game goes on.
Yeah, when right now they're kind of picking up the Kufra. I guess the Kufra will do pretty well against the Ruby and maybe to a certain extent the Lunox, but I think it could also... Okay, I can't really say that it's to prevent them from picking the Kufra because they already have a tank.
That's true.
They already have the roamer, so yeah. probably maybe it's a comfort pick. I don't know. Let's just see how it's gonna like come together. Because I could see the what do you call that? I could see the Stormbind comboing with the Wrath of Tyrant's Rage to do a lot of damage.
Ooh, and we're very interestingly seeing a Valentina over here. What do you think are the ultis that she could actually copy in this place? Because we know Valentina is one of those heroes that's so situational, and it's the last pick.
Definitely not Suyos.
Yeah.
Definitely not Rangers. Maybe you can join the I'm Offender, you could join the Glorious Pathway, and maybe the Light Mode, the Power of Order from Lunox in order to just like get away safely. So yeah, I guess you got some utility.
But, I mean...
It's mostly for setups and engagers, I feel.
To have a Valentina come in this stance, I don't think it's a bad pick, honestly. I feel like it could be used quite well, especially since Ruby's cooldown is so short, and Valentina will just be able to spam the I'm Offender as much as the Ruby does, which could really serve as a threat. Because when you're trying to enter the tower or go for a tower dive, right, one deterrence that many teams will face when facing the Ruby is just the I'm Offended. Like, you're so scared to just enter because you don't know if the Ruby will just able to swing you back into tower anytime and you just be gone. So perhaps the Valentina was looking to take a similar approach, but I don't feel personally that there are a lot of strong ultimates for her to take.
Okay, now as we're hopping into this semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen, of Erojin Syndicate versus Mehhhh, we're looking at a pretty interesting laning path coming up from I Like Turtles. Thankfully, there's a stream delay so that we don't have to worry about us giving their position away.
Barrel rotation.
Yeah, but right now they're making a lot of noise in the mid lane, so preventing the information for the buff from actually like being noticed.
This might call for Harley making a cross rotation down to Soyu's red buff as well, but it might be dangerous because they'd be predicting it since Soyu has already taken the Harley's red that he would probably not. But his team isn't informing him that his buff got stolen.
See if do they even have any idea?
They don't. They surprisingly, I thought the Kufra saw the Soyu, and I thought that the Kufra would have communicated to the Harley that their buff was gone and he needed to.
Okay, it may be that the Kufra saw the Suyo, didn't see the orange buff aura around him.
But would you assume that like if the enemy jungle's in your buff area that they already took it if they were leaving?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
No comment.
So anyway, looking at the mid lane, Gogo is now trying to get a little bit of damage onto Saputra. Saputra will be taking a lot of damage right there, forcing the Revitalize to come up quite early. There's just 15 seconds left till the turtle spawns, and they don't really have that key piece of utility.
But we do need to pay attention as well to the significant, okay, not so significant as of now, level gap between the two junglers. One stuck at level 3, the other reaching level 5 or almost, but XP creep is unfortunately taken by the Ruby. I thought she was gonna go for I'm Offended, but I guess not much can be done against the Kufra in that sense.
Yeah, you really don't want to join that bouncing ball straight into your team, especially if you have Suyo on that side. Having his ultimate taken by just nothing, will get the retribution quite easily. But here comes the Stormbind with a really nice CC being set up, but it's not going to be enough though as Saputra manages to convert that into a double kill. Talk about the setup for the enemy.
So you're trying to go back in for the Harley. Unfortunately, Harley having the head just so slippery, able to get out of any small skirmish, and finally getting his first red buff of the game. But will he actually get it is the real question. High loss Soyu and Lunox coming in for the invade, and it will go to the side of the Harley still, despite everything that's gone on. And he jumps back in just to kill the high loss, but JJ Sapura coming back in with the Lunox odd power of
the Tyrant's
Power
Wrath.
Chaos.
Tyrant's Wrath does manage to get it as well. Just nothing, looking to get a nice pick onto Lunox. Oh, doesn't manage to get I Like Turtles. Shadow Strike was on cooldown.
Surviving with such a small HP bar is really impressive, honestly. I thought the Valentina's first skill would have managed to hit him, but no, it went straight for was it?
I think the Lunox?
I think the Lunox. So she did manage to down the Lunox, which was a good thing since Lunox was already scaling a lot with the 3 kills that she's racked up within the first 3 minutes of the game. But the Soyu, she could have caught it in the same space, so it's a little bit unfortunate that she didn't manage to do so.
Yeah, Kogisaki right now looking to be in a little bit of danger. As the Deadly Magic just go in, but the flicker prevents any more... Did he flicker? Sorry, no. The little dash to the side prevents any more cards from hitting him. So he kind of survives there.
So you're going back to invade the
Oh
Harley
my
once
God.
more. Surprisingly, the level gap between them isn't that huge, considering that he's gotten his buff invaded like 3 or 4 times already.
And twice successful.
Yeah. But the level gap's only like 1 level, so it's considerably better than what most would assume. I'm not sure if they're going in for the third of... They're going in for the 4th invade.
Oh, the 4th invade. Yep, here comes the 4th invade, as you said.
And there's nothing Harley can do against the Soyu. It's going to be a really tough position for him there. Kufra manages to land the jump, but I don't think it will deter them. Oh, it will actually, leaving his buff safe.
Stormbind. You're gonna have a Stormbind with 2 hits, and now here comes the punches. The CC is in, but it isn't enough. Here comes the glorious pathway, keeping him alive, but Mehhhh will not be able to survive the Tyrant's Wrath. Also, not finding any value. And while that was all happening, the turtle was taken. I have no idea by who.
Wait, actually...
Oh, okay, it was a Seal. Seal took it.
I mean, their team is already so ahead. 5 minutes in and they're about 3k gold lead. Not an impossible game to win for the side of Mehhhh, but it's going to be challenging to be able to secure the mutual objectives with a Harley losing out in the early game.
Oh, Gogo. Looking for the set, but doesn't really manage to find an angle into it.
Just nothing has I'm Offended taken in his IMU, and
Oh boy, this is not going to be good, isn't it?
Kufra jumping for J Safura. Valentina might be trying to go in with the I'm Offended, unable to really do much over there. I like Turtles just scaring them off a little bit. Back off from my mage. Message was clear. And maybe trying to steal it again, but the Harley still secures his buff.
Yeah, I mean, like at one point you're gonna have to secure your own buffs, right?
Yeah.
So Suzume doing a really good job at securing his own farm. I cannot believe I am saying that, but like slowly closing the gap. Right now he's at the level 8. Does have that glowing wand. Sorry, the genius wand right now. In fact, before the next turtle fight, let's take a look at the items real quick. Yeah, just as we expected, 2 Sky Piercers on for the side of Erojin Syndicate. Meanwhile, the Trinity build slowly going towards Mehhhh.
I don't know how I feel about double Sky Piercer to this day, because to me, as much as I have seen it make sense for Soyu to build Sky Piercer, isn't really the priority. When it comes to heroes like Granger, you just be expecting only one person on the team to have Sky Piercer in order to get the full value out of it.
But I mean, at this point, they are getting value, they are getting the snowball, and playing to the advantage means that they're probably gonna get more kills. So more kills to spread across the board probably could make that double Sky Piercer worth it, I guess? But yeah, a really nice Tyrant's Wrath coming in, but it's gonna be him that falls instead. I like Turtles just going straight in. Will this Stormbind find anybody? Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is no! Oh wait, he found Saputra! So they found one actually.
I think the pickoff on Saputra was mainly from the Harley, just coming in from the back, being able to get that nice sweet pickoff from the Lunox while her team was distracted trying to deal with the Sora. And I mean, I guess you can say it was a trade, but
Is it really though? We're kind of stretching the definition, but yes, I guess it could be a trade. And like, you know, any kill is a good kill at this point. And okay, Kugisaki finally facing the wrath of the Deadly Magic as Suzume manages to get a really crucial pick. Looking to find the Stormbind. There goes Dumpling. Dumpling pushes them into the wall. But now it's going to be the I'm Offended. That catches 2, catches 3. And now with the glorious pathway, Erojin Syndicate threatens to run it down. But since they are sane thinking people, they ought not to.
I mean, we said from the start of the game that I'm Offended is gonna be scary, and Ruby, being not a meta hero, she's still one that strikes fear within me, at least whenever I see her on enemy team. And she's really showing us the power of Ruby yet again. And I'm Offended coming in, making sure that the carry is kept in place. Power of actually,
Did she pop the ulti even?
she did. Power.
The yellow one?
No.
Oh, the power of chaos.
Yeah, power of chaos.
Yeah. Lots of damage coming in, but now just nothing has that. Hill misses the I'm offended this time, and is not being able to dash out of there. Klaka going in with the Tyrant's Wrath, but yet again fails to get a set. Yeah, the Tyrant's Wrath really not finding any value in this entire game.
I mean, he's making decent sets, but at the same time, it's always at a position where his team just can't afford to follow up without risking their own lives. But I guess that's where the phrase comes from, no risk, no reward. If you're not willing to try and follow on your tank, even though it might look a little bit stupid sometimes, you might find that one of the times you might actually be able to get value out of it, and that's the one time that might change the entire game for you.
Always good to play some calculated risky plays, as you said, and I think that is something that Mehhhh really needs right now. They really have to find a way to win this team fights, which kind of seems impossible. And it's, I want to correct myself. It's not impossible, as we've seen that they actually managed to win quite a few team fights already, thanks to the combination of, like just nothing, taking the I'm offended, combining it with the Tyrant's Wrath, and making sure that any engagers are immediately countered.
Lord charging down the mid lane. Erojin Syndicate decides not to go for the triple wave, might not feel it's necessary to do so. 10 minutes in, shield has not started.
From the back.
I think Luna's probably too early. The light ulti came out way too fast, and Harley was able to pick her off with the deadly magic.
Here comes the Tyrant's Wrath! Manages to get two, but the Stormbind coming in will prevent that from happening, and more! Now with a lot more damage coming in, Suzume manages to get Kugisake and manages to run away as well. Now Kyle trying to keep himself alive, dashing back and forth, keeping him alive with the passive and the lifesteal. But just nothing, threatening so much to do so much damage. And they managed to survive this fight.
Suzume is really winging the whole team on his back over here, being able to pick up all the necessary backline that they would need to get their damage from the Granger to the Lunox. He's just constantly been applying pressure onto them, making sure that they don't live long enough to be able to like provide any kind of help to the team fights. And he hasn't really died yet, so he's doing it really successfully. Lunox over there, no choice but to use the power of order to be able to block herself from receiving the damage of his playing cards, but unfortunately that ultimate will still be stuck on her. And I'm offended coming in, catching two. Sora coming in with that counter set, being able to catch both the Soyu, but Granger is still able to get the pick off on...
Are we seeing Tyrant's Wrath? Yeah, but one Tyrant's Wrath does go in as well. Kugisake looking to be pretty low, and the carry managed to find that last light wheel right in there. Two members left for Erojin Syndicate, and they have to run away.
Mehhh's actually starting to make a little bit of a comeback, if I could say so myself.
Team fight going on right there.
Not trying to jinx anything again, because remember the last time we said that an Alpha got savage. But they're making a slight bit of a comeback, and it might be their time to shine finally in this game. Luna's going in with her power.
Yeah, this power of the power of chaos. Yeah.
Oh, my brain always lags when it comes to power of chaos. I'm like, wait, are there chaos?
Oh my goodness, look at the damage, but will we be able to get the immune? Unfortunately, doesn't manage to get that Blade Surge to get the immunity out of the way.
I'm really excited to see in the late game if anyone will be able to item swap fast enough from any of their items to Winter Trunction or Immortality to be able to escape the Harley's deadly magic. But it might be a little bit challenging at this stage of the game. We're not seeing three of them hiding the bowstring of the enemy. Also hiding one. Sora coming in with his ultimate and able to catch all of them.
4 down. Kyle's the only one left, but here's the deadly magic stuck on him. No more I'm offended, no more lifesteal, no more Ruby, no more team. Now here comes the Lord, and for Erojin Syndicate, that means no more Lord. They might have gotten the inhibitor turret, and now Suzume just has to land his retribution. And I like Turtles is on the way. He's slowly making his way there, but I don't think he's gonna take the risk.
This is the comeback that we've been talking about for the whole game. Finally evening out. They do have a 2k goal lead now. From like 4k behind to 2k ahead.
Deficit, yes.
That's impressive, and the kill count is catching up as well. So our objectives managing to secure the 30-minute Lord might be a little bit of a struggle to defend, but I think the inhibitor turrets should be fine for the time being. Harley just really showing us why he should be a pick or ban hero when in the right hands, and the impact that he's been having in this game has been impeccable. I am you once again taking up the I'm offended, seeing how it'll be used in the team fight later, paired together with the Tyrant's Rage will be extremely useful.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting fight right now. They just have to survive this. I mean, honestly, it's no problem, but as we've seen with just nothing's I'm offended, really having a flexible play right now, like the power of the Valentina, like, having that I'm offended to do those nice sets, combined with the Tyrant's Rage, that's something that we've seen so many times. But
Suzume taking off the Granger so quickly and efficiently, being able to do his job.
Oh.
I'm offended coming in, getting 3 people, following up with the Sora's win ulti, and he's able to catch nobody, unfortunately. And so you will be getting the advantage by getting the both of them. Suzume trying to go in, Winter Trunction coming out from the side of the Soyu, manages to survive, but he does not prop the Harley's immortality. Amazing hook coming from the Ruby, managing to win that team fight for them, coming in a 2-for-1 trade.
yeah, that's some utilities being taken out of the picture already, but as you said, Suzume's immortality is still intact. If Suyo had managed to grab the immortality out of the way, that would have been so much better for Erojin Syndicate, since you don't, that's one less layer of survivability that you have to worry about. But in exchange, I Like Turtles had to pop that Winter Truncheon. So that means in the future fight, at least for the next minute or so, he has to play a little bit more safer.
I think it's really funny how Just Nothing is still holding on to the Ruby's I'm offended.
Has he not used
He's
it?
not used it the entire time. Even in the huge team fight just now, he hasn't been using the I'm offended up to his advantage. But I think one really nice part about Valentina having the I'm offended is her ability to just enter with her second skill, hook them, and then, well, pull back. So it's like most, like Ruby in general, doesn't really have that instant mobility to be able to hook besides her flicker hook combo.
Yes.
But Valentina does have that space to work with, closing up the gap so fast to be able to pull them back.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons why Valentinas love to steal Atlas ultis.
Yes.
Yeah, since you don't really, as you said, you don't need a flicker, you already have one. So that just makes you all the more, like, so much more flexible. And right now, Erojin Syndicate doesn't really have, that does have the information on where Mehhh is, but Mehhh doesn't know where the rest of Erojin Syndicate is.
I'm offended coming in by the Ruby onto Valentina. Valentina using
Suzume!
the I'm offended. Suzume might be down over here.
Oh, the Glorious Pathway, ensuring that he doesn't escape. Now there's going to be the jungler down. I Like Turtles has free reign to take the Lord now, but he doesn't really want to. They want to go for this fight. They want to go for the end. The minions are here, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them to really force an end out. But they do force them back from the Lord, since they are unable to win this Retribution fight.
Manos, they have to back considering their jungler is down, and it's really going to be challenging for them to pick up these team fights if their jungler dies before he's able to make the trade with their MM or mage, because in the late game you're not expecting a Harley to live that long, especially because of how squishy he is. But what you are expecting is him to trade his life for someone that's crucial in the enemy team to make an impact, like the Luna or the Granger or even the Soyu. And if he's able to take down one of them as a trade, I think it's a pretty worth it standing at this point of the game. However, Lord coming in, charging down the mid lane. They're not doing 3 lanes again for some reason. I thought they would at this stage of the game, but considering Inhibitor Tower is down, they might just be looking for the end.
And speaking about the end, it seems that the
Not
end of this Lord is coming pretty soon, actually.
The Lord didn't even have the opportunity to enter their base, and it's gone, disappear in a flash.
Unfortunate, but it's okay, we take those. So that just gives Mehhh a little bit more space to breathe, and they just need to combo that team fight one more time without Suzume dying.
Seeing the damage that Carrie has from the Lord over here, it's a reinforcement of how much damage she does late game to tanks especially. And I'm hoping to see a little bit more of the carry, because I haven't really been feeling the impact in majority of the team fights. It's been a lot of the Sora, Valentina, and Harley really trying to go in. But at this stage of the game, when the MM has so much damage to work with, I'm hoping to see more impact coming out from the carry.
And now as the minions are going to slowly come in, Kyle might be looking for an I'm Offended right now. Does have the flicker in store. There's one I'm Offended from the Valentina and a really nice slash. And the I'm Offended does come in and here comes a Stormbind. Mehhhh kills Kyle. But it's gonna be the rest of the team that kind of falls. Wait, he's still alive! Dumpling is still alive, but Suzume managed to take I Like Turtles down. It's gonna be 4 members from Erojin Syndicate. The team that was slated to win this. The team that has knocked down their inhibitor turret is the one that's looking to lose this match right off this single team fight as Mehhhh breaks down the tower, breaks down the minion wave. Kugisaki trying to defend it with his life, but his team is only coming back in 13 seconds and he goes down. The next one to go down will be the tower as Mehhhh goes straight to the grand finals.